Okay, so we can keep this short and sweet. If you know what Hyper-G feels like, then you know what Pro Feel feels like. But with some caveats, which I'm going to get into. Now, I strung this up in my Bolt 98 Lite V1 at 50 pounds in both the mains and crosses. And I was interested in this because one of the best strings I've ever tried, possibly my favorite, is from Ytex, and it's this Pro Tour Blue, which I tried in 2013 or 14, I believe, a long time ago. Now, the reason Pro Feel caught my eye is because on Ytex's website, the string is described as having excellent ball pocketing, which is primarily what I look for out of my strings. And if you look at Ytex's own classification of their metrics on their power, spin, feel, control, durability categories, you'll see that Pro Feel and Pro Tour are quite similar, in fact identical. But I must say I'm a little bit disappointed in the amount of ball pocketing I did experience. It's not bad, but it's just average. It's nothing exceptional. I'm just going out on a limb, but I think it may have something to do with the fact that I strung my racket at 50 pounds. I know from experience that gut plays better at lower tensions, and I feel this might be a recurring theme for strings that are softer to begin with, is that you really need to play them at a lower tension to get the best out of them. So I'm not calling it curtains yet on this string. I will buy another set and give it another try at a much lower tension. My thought process behind this is from my recent experience with playing with Pro Tour again in a racket that had that string in it for 5 or more years. And that string played phenomenal. Of course, it had lost tons of tension, but it played phenomenal. So if you are thinking of giving this string a try, I would recommend lowering the tension to maybe around the 40-pound range, maybe a bit more depending on what you're comfortable with. Now, comparing Pro Feel with Hyper-G, it feels a lot like Hyper-G, but it's quite a bit more muted than Hyper-G. Hyper-G has this pinging sensation when the ball comes off the string bed, which gives it a very lively-ish feel. And with Pro Feel, you don't tend to get as much of that. So if you've ever wished for Hyper-G to be a bit more muted, give Pro Feel a try. I think you'll be very, very happy. I do want to mention Ytex's own ratings on the string about power, spin, and control, and durability. The string comes off as advertised. There's nothing bad about this. It's just that the ball pocketing didn't come through in my experience. So who is this string really for? Well, if you prize control and durability above everything else, but want a bit more comfort than you get out of any other regular poly, I think this is the one for you. All right, this is all. See you next week. I will get another set and try the